Hello students, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jagdeep. This video series is focusing on indifference curve analysis for the advanced segment. In our previous video, we talked about Engel's curve for luxurious commodities. This video shall focus on inferior goods. So without wasting any time further, let's get started. Now before we begin how an Engel's curve could be represented for inferior goods, let's do a small recap. What are inferior goods? So inferior goods are cheap quality commodities and they have an inverse relationship with the income of the consumer. When we say inverse relationship, what does it mean? It means that as the income of the consumer increases, a consumer would consume less of these inferior goods. So the quantity consumed of inferior goods would tend to fall. The simple reason for this is now consumer is becoming better off. His ability to purchase, right? Ability to pay increases when income increases, and hence this consumer would now want to cut down on his consumption of inferior goods and move towards more superior or luxurious commodities. Alright, let's take a look at how an Engel's curve could be depicted for inferior goods. So in this diagram, we have income on the y-axis, commodity X, which is an inferior good, on the x-axis. Now initially, if the consumer is earning, let us say, $100 and is consuming, let us say, Q quantity of commodity X, we may have a pointer somewhere around over here. Let's join this. Let us say these are the coordinates. Now when the income of consumer increases, what did we just learn? When the income of consumer increases, quantity of inferior goods would fall. Let us say the consumer's income has gone up to $200 now. Alright, this is $200. Now the consumer would reduce his consumption of commodity X, and let us say he is consuming now this Q1 quantity of commodity X. We might have a pointer somewhere over here, and let us say this is the coordinate. Alright. Now when the income of consumer rises further, let us say he is now earning $300. This is also in dollars. Now in this case, a consumer would again become better off. His ability to pay is going up and he would want to shift his consumption to more superior commodities. When that happens, he will reduce his consumption further. Let us say now he is bringing down his consumption to Q2. So we might have a pointer somewhere over here, and let us say these are the coordinates. It's a little freehand, so it might not look very straight. Now when you join these pointers together, this is kind of the curve that you will get. Let's join the pointers and see how the Engel's curve look like. Let us say this is the Engel's curve. Now how is this curve sloping? It is a backward sloping curve. It's moving backwards. Why is it moving backward? Because inferior goods vary inversely with the income of the consumer. Alright. Now if we take a look at the reduction in the quantity consumed by the consumer of commodity X, from Q to Q1 is a smaller amount. However, he is giving up or she is giving up a bigger amount from Q1 to Q2. The simple reason being is the consumer is now more capable of buying superior commodities, and hence he would give up his consumption of inferior goods. And that is why this Engel's curve is a backward sloping curve. Alright. Now there is another type of an Engel's curve, which is a neutral goods case. Let's take a look at that as well. Now when we talk about neutral goods, these are the goods which are income inelastic. Alright. Let me just write that down. So these goods are income inelastic. Do we remember what is income inelastic? If you have not studied income elasticities of demand, then probably you would not understand this segment. And it would be better that before you watch any of the Engel's curve video, you understand what is income as a factor that influences demand and what are the different types of income elasticities of demand as well. So when we say that some goods are income inelastic, it simply indicates that the quantity consumed of these commodities does not change with a change in income. Let's see how it would look like diagrammatically. So in the case of neutral goods, let us say if the consumer is earning $100 or $200 or $300, he would still consume the same quantity of this commodity, which is Q. Let us say it is here. So you may have a straight vertical line, which is the Engel's curve. I'll just highlight the pointers. So this is the Engel's curve that would be depicted for those goods where the demand or the consumption does not really depend upon the income of the consumer. So here the Engel's curve is a vertical curve indicating income inelasticity. Alright, the kind of goods that fall in this category are salt and medicines. Right, so let us say salt for example here. So if you are consuming 1 spoon of salt every single day, it will still remain 1 spoon whether you are earning $100 or $200 or $300. Just because you started earning $300, you won't increase the consumption to 3 spoons in a day, right? So that's why the quantity consumed remains the same irrespective of whatever income you are earning. So this is Engel's curve. Students, with this I have completed the entire series for indifference curve analysis. This is the last lecture for this year as well. I hope you embrace the next year with a renewed hope and positivity. Students, if you find my videos helpful, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Share my videos with your friends if you find they would help them too. If you find learning through long videos difficult, you could also follow me on my Instagram channel. I shall see you in 2025. Until then, bye now, take care and stay safe.